Hello and welcome to this edition of Diaspora Central Spotlight. I am Gil Ingles, and with me today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a young lady that is definitely leading the charge, letting us know that not only young people can make a difference, but they can definitely change the world and change their communities. We're talking about Dominique Payton. Miss Dominique Payton, currently running for
Texas House of Representatives, District 139.
Texas House Representatives, District 139. Miss Dominique Payton, welcome to Diaspora Central Spotlight.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Indeed. Thank you for leading the charge.
I have to. If I don't, who will?
If we don't change, right? If we don't do it, who will?
Exactly.
It's got to be that.
Exactly.
That's the thought. That's the idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Us young people, we have to get out more.
There you go.
Know? It's so important to know that young people do have a voice. You know, we're not going to be suppressed anymore.
Right.
And we may not always follow the rules, but it's important to know that we can be heard and we do have new innovative things to bring. Yeah. And so we're here.
There you go. Yeah. But we all know that even that leadership doesn't just happen. You start somewhere.
It does. It has to start somewhere.
Indeed.
That's how I'm here.
Indeed. Because and here at Diaspora Central, what we do is we go from your inspirations to your aspirations. Can we have that conversation?
Yes, we can.
Indeed. Let's go.
Yes, we can. I'm ready.
Yeah?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do that. So let's start with place of birth. Where exactly is Dominique from?
I am from a little bitty town called Wascom, Texas. But I was born in Marshall.
Marshall.
So it's just 15, 20 minutes apart. But it's really little bitty.
Yeah.
It is little bitty.
So born in Marshall, raised in
Wascom.
Wascom.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first time I hear of this city.
You know what? It's the last town. A lot of people don't know about it. Yeah. But it's the last town. If you're on I-20 going like towards Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay.
It's that
going
last
east.
Yes. It's that last little bitty town on I-20 in Texas right before you cross the border.
Okay. Wow.
Very, very small. The graduating classes, you know, back when I was growing up, was like 13, 14 kids. Yeah.
You say back when you were growing up, like you very young.
I'm 31.
It would be more like a few days when I was
a few days ago.
when I was graduating. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I have an old soul. I do. I have an old soul.
No, and that is good. That is good too. That is good. Yeah, so very small graduating class, very small town. Yeah.
Yes, but I graduated from Kilgore High School.
Okay.
So if you're going back towards Tyler, like go back west a little bit on I-20, I graduated from Kilgore High School.
Gotcha. So what brings you to Houston?
I actually came to Houston. So once I graduated from Wiley College in 2022, I was a parole officer for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice.
Okay.
But I just knew that I wanted more and I wanted bigger. Yeah. And the little towns of East Texas just was not going to provide that.
Got you.
And I've always wanted to come to Houston. So I said, you know what? It's time to go.
Big city with big dreams.
Yes, and I wanted to pursue law school out here. You know, the law school that I want to go to is out here. So I said, if you want to take that path, you know, slow feet don't eat. You got to move. You've got to move. So that's what landed me in Houston.
There you go. And you definitely came to the right place.
I believe it.
It's been doing it's doing well. I mean, you're now looking into running for office.
Yes.
Yeah.
So soon. Like I've only been out here 2.5 years.
It's okay.
So soon.
It's okay. Sometimes we have to make ourselves uncomfortable to find comfort. Right.
Yeah, that is real. You know, I've learned on my journey those growing pains. You know, you have to go through those growing pains. You have to be uncomfortable in order to grow.
Indeed.
And that's what I learned.
There you go. Now, are you the only child?
No, I have a younger sister.
Okay.
Her name is Diamond.
Yeah.
And completely different world than what we're in. She's in cybersecurity.
Oh, wow.
She just recently graduated, but she moved out here to Houston.
Oh,
she
wow.
Came out here,
so you both here now?
We are. My mom is here. My sister's here.
Okay, so the family is here now.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's not just you
it's
anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
it's
now
not.
this is like home.
Yes.
And you brought everybody with you.
Yes. Even though Houston is growing every day.
No, it's okay, but that's what leaders do, though. They don't come by themselves. They bring everybody else with them.
Honestly, look, if I could have brought my nail tech with me, I would have, okay?
Indeed. Yeah. So you get here, and I mean, and I kind of wanna go back a little bit to Wascom, because the formula that makes us out normally starts very young, right? When we're very young. So there had to be some sort of influences or things that probably led you to who you're becoming now. Yeah.
Honestly, when I was 8 years old, I used to sit in my grandmother's living room, and she would always watch her soap operas like The Young and the Restless and One Life to Live, and she would watch The Price is Right, and I would always see Kirby Kelly and Morris Bark come on the television, and they were attorneys. They were PI attorneys, and when I used to see them, I used to see the money that they were bringing in.
Oh.
And when I was 8 years old, because I didn't come from money. I didn't grow up in luxury.
Okay.
I'm from a little country town, you know, where when we were in the stores, we were running barefoot everywhere.
Wow.
And when I got older, I started to realize, you know, me wanting to be an attorney was not just about the money. Like when I hit that teenage age, I realized I'm losing people to the system, to the very system that's supposed to be put in place to help you. And then as I got older, I got married, had children. I went to school. I started networking and talking to different people. And then I realized that there is an even bigger gap than what I thought. So when I came to Houston, it opened me up to a different ball game of people.
Wow.
You know, back home, you only see maybe 3 races of people. But out here in Houston, it opened me up to a plethora of cultures, of people, ways of thinking.
Right.
Since I have been in Houston, my ways of thinking has changed. And this past year, January of 2025, I ended up moving into Inwood, where I am now, in the 139th district.
Okay.
Very different from what I was used to when I was out there in, I think the district is 146.
Okay.
Out there in South Houston.
Okay.
Big difference.
Got you.
Big difference.
So now geographically, so that people have an idea, and hopefully you can kind of give us a brief understanding of that. 139th district, which area of the city does it cover?
So we're looking at Greater Inwood, Acres Home. When you're on 45, we cover all the way up to Cross Timbers.
Gotcha.
If you're on Antoine, people who live in the district, that's a very popular street.
Right.
Antoine runs straight through the district over there by Little York, by Victory.
Right.
All of that is in the district.
Gotcha.
And it is so different. Just being in Inwood and being in Acres Home and being in Oak Forest, when you go up to Cross Timbers, it's drastically different.
Wow.
Just how the community looks. It's in the same district.
Right.
But it looks completely different.
Wow.
Even inside the district,
Gotcha.
there are gaps.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That is a problem.
Indeed.
Like, it's a part of the same district. I've actually had the opportunity to canvass this district and to go up into the different places, into the different neighborhoods. Yeah. And just coming, you know, where I come from in South Houston, I'm just like, why is it so different? And I don't mean in a good way.
Wow.
I do not mean in a good way.
Wow.
It is very,
big discrepancies.
It is.
Wow.
And I was like, what are we doing about this? You know, when I'm out in the neighborhood just exercising, just walking, talking to different people and just hearing their issues, I'm just like, why is this still an issue in 2025?
Right.
You have people in that community just where I live at, the district that I'm trying to serve.
Right.
You have people who don't even have basic broadband and internet. Therefore, they don't have access to jobs. They don't have access, to education. That is a problem.
Yeah. Now, is that is that one of your I guess campaign, one of the items in your campaign agenda?
Yes, because I've learned being a leader that I can call the shots all day long.
Yeah.
I'm good at that.
Right.
I can boss stuff around and get stuff done.
Right.
But I have learned, as time has just humbled me, it's not always about me calling the shots.
Right.
It's about me taking the back seat, sitting and listening to what these people in this district need.
Right.
I have a whole plan that I have for the 139th. And I plan to present that to lawmakers. I plan to present that to the community. But I need to get in front of the community and I need to see what the community needs before I just start doing this here, doing that there, because these are regular people just like you and I.
Right.
And the very things when I'm talking to them, the very things that I'm fighting for are the very things that I needed someone to fight for me when I was younger.
Got you.
So yes, we do need to figure out a way to have it to where people have access to health care. In that community, people are either uninsured or not insured at all. That is an issue. Mental health is a big issue in that community.
Yeah.
We have to get them the resources that they need if we want to bring this district up. When you go to Houston and you're looking at all of these other areas thriving, I want that same thing for the district that I'm running for too.
There you go.
I want that. Those people deserve that. Just a better way of life. That is so important, especially where I come from.
Right.
Wascom is small.
Yeah.
It's kind of, got its own name now.
Right.
But when I was growing up, no.
Wow.
It wasn't that.
Yeah, indeed.
So it's important that we give these people the help they need.
Yeah. So you basically go from watching a television show, soap opera with your grandmother, in which there are lawyers, and you fall in love with the fact that they're doing this and they bringing in the bag, and you're like, oh, this is what I need. This is how I'm going to solve my problems. Into now, you know what, I can do a lot more than just get money. I can actually solve everybody's problems.
Yes.
Yeah. So your grandmother, were you very close to her?
We really weren't close when I was younger, but as I got older, we had become close. And God rest her soul, she just passed earlier this year.
Yeah, may she rest in peace.
And I remember her telling me, Dominique, you're different. And that said a lot coming from Barbara Jean. That said a lot.
Right.
Because, she didn't pity people.
Yeah.
She wasn't always kind. And my mother still to this day tells me I have a lot of her ways.
There you go.
But I remember her telling me, just let God use you how he wants to use you.
Right.
Stop trying to do what you want to do.
Right.
That is how I ended up where I am right now.
Serve your purpose.
That's it.
Yeah. Serve your purpose.
That's it.
Yeah. Indeed. Play your position.
And I had to hit my head a few times getting here. It has been a journey.
Yeah.
It has been a journey. But you know what? When you stop trying to force yourself into areas and arenas that you do not fit in, I feel like this is the first thing that might just be kind of going smooth for me. And I pray about it, and I pray about it, and I pray about it, and I always
falls in place.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy.
And that is quite normal, because when it is yours, you'll fall in place.
And I really believe that.
Yeah. When it is yours, you'll fall in place. And so, were there any teachers in elementary school, middle school, or maybe even high school that kind of had that bit of influence also, that kind of pushed you towards civic service or community service?
No.
Law?
No.
Okay. Did you do private school or
No, I went to
public school? Public school
I was in
system.
public school
Yeah.
all my life, but I will say this. I am very close to those very teachers, elementary, middle school, high school, counselors, registers. I am very close with them till this day.
Yeah.
And when they look at me today, they are just astonished on what God's work can do, because I am a radical adult.
Right.
But I was a troubled child.
Oh.
I was a troubled child, yes. That's why I fight, that's why I want to fight so hard for children.
Right.
The children who are misunderstood, the children who are in poverty.
Right.
Because believe it or not, people don't understand how these factors actually affect children.
Right.
I was a very, very troubled child. I was the one who was always in SAC or ISS.
Oh, wow.
Or suspended.
So let me ask you this question.
I'm being so honest with you right now, Mr. Q.
So what was one of your highlight suspensions? What did you do?
Oh God, are you gonna make me tell it?
Yeah.
I fought this girl.
Oh gracious.
I was a fighter. From 5th grade until 11th grade.
Okay.
Because it was this fight that I said, whoa, because like I said, since I was 8 years old, I knew I wanted to be an attorney. There was no question about it.
Right.
Still till this day, I still say that I literally just took my LSAT.
Right.
Me and this girl got into it, and she did not like me. I did not like her. Okay. But she knew she couldn't beat me up. Wow. Well, there were some words passed. Right. And there was a physical altercation. Wow. And I had to do community service. The DA almost picked up those charges. Ooh. It was that fight that made me realize if you don't get you under control, you'll never look at the inside of a law school. Oh, yeah. That was a very pivotal point in my lifetime. It was always fighting. Right. Every time school called my mom's phone, she knew.
But were you? I mean, were you? I guess at that point, I guess the aggressors, or you defending yourself, you being picked on, you being worried, or just a combination of everything plus frustrations and growing pains.
I think
all in one place.
It's not what I think. I know that there was a lot of anger built up in 14 and 15 and 16-year-old Dominique, just from personal experiences in life. You. Okay. And you could breathe too hard around me, and I'm ready to attack you. Right. But as I've grown up, and as God has had the chance to work on me, and how He's molded me and changed me, that is why when these teachers look at me now, they're just like, wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Transformation.
That's the only word they can ever really use when we're having these conversations. It's just, wow. I'm like, yeah, I know. You know, people used to tell my mom, she's going to be dead. She's going to be in prison. Yeah. God had other plans.
Yeah, indeed. And looks like He delivered on them.
He did.
Yeah, He delivered on them. So let's go ahead and take our first break and take a look at some images of anything. Let's take a look at something and we'll be right back.
All right. Hey y'all, it's Dominique Payton. I am your candidate for Texas House District 139 right here in Houston, Texas, and I am the candidate that brings clarity to confusion. Listen, you guys, it has officially been 2 whole months since I launched my first campaign to run as your next state representative in Texas House. When I tell you guys, y'all have been so supportive, and I want to thank you so very much, because as this is a grassroots campaign, it's going to take all the support from you guys, and I just want to give you a heartfelt, sincere thank you for believing in me. Whether you have donated to my campaign monetarily, whether you have donated with in-kind gifts, whether you have donated with your time, going door to door, you've did advertisement for me, whatever it has been, or even if it is just your thoughts and prayers. I just want to tell you guys, I'm so blessed, I'm so fortunate, and I just want to say thank you. I love you guys so very much. And remember, We are in this together. Together, you and I are going to make a better Texas, all right? We're going to make a better House District 139. I am going to leave the link below if you feel that you want to donate to this campaign in any kind of way. You can do so. And remember, the smallest contribution makes the biggest difference. I love you guys so much. I am Dominique Payton. I am your candidate for Texas House District 139 right here in Houston, Texas. And I am the candidate that brings clarity to confusion. Mwah.
And we are back. If you just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight. And our guest today is Miss Dominique Payton.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, from the living room soap opera watching with grandma to the boardroom or the courtroom as an attorney.
We're trying to get there. We have big dreams.
Big dreams. In a big city, you can only
big city.
In a big city, you can only dream big.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can only dream big. So, eventually, you make that decision to come to Houston, Texas. You get here. What attracted you to Houston?
You know, ever since I was younger, I truly believe my spirit originated somewhere in the south side of Houston.
Really?
I'm not making this up right now. I am not making this up. Why was it always Houston?
Right.
I really cannot tell you.
Wow.
I can't help but wonder if that was just like God's divine destiny for me, because I could never really tell you why Houston. But then as I got older, I realized, hey, they have a lot of law schools out there that are actually in Texas.
Right.
Maybe I need to start looking into this area. And then when I was in undergrad, my first semester of my sophomore year, I'd just come back from being a freshman. I'm a sophomore now, and I walked in, and this guy, he was like a tutor.
Okay.
He was looking over my transcript, and he said, "Miss Payton, you have a 4.0 average."
Right.
I said, "Okay." He said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I'm trying to get this degree so I can go to law school." He said, "Where do you want to go to law school at?" I said, "I don't know. Whoever takes me first, because I'm just trying to get in and get out."
Right.
And he said, "You're always rushing things," because this was the same guy that I wanted to help me get more credits for my degree so I could graduate faster.
Right.
Well, this was the day he actually did it, because as a freshman, he denied me. And he said no. But this particular day, he said, "You know what?" He said, "I'm going to give you those extra credits."
Right.
He said, "If you can take these extra classes and if you can maintain this 4.0, he said, I want you to come back and talk to me."
Right.
Well, I did. And so next semester came, and he was like, "Wow, like you still maintained a 4.0, taking 18-hour credits." He said, "You need to get in contact with such and such.
Right.
She works here, but she graduated from Thurgood Marshall School of Law."
Okay.
He said, "You could get a full ride over there." He was like, "Take your LSAT, you know, get in connect with her." He's like, "You could do this." And then I started looking into Thurgood.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? I want to go to Thurgood.
There you go.
So Thurgood, coming for you.
Yeah, she's coming. Yeah, she's coming. She's ready.
I'm coming.
Yeah. Now, you also mentioned an interesting factor. So you get married?
I did.
Have children?
I do.
And then after you have children, that's when you go to school?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not traditional. That's traditional about me.
You rushed through it, huh?
I did. You see, I just always break the rules. Like, I never do nothing the way that it's supposed to be done. And then I actually ended up divorcing him in undergrad.
Okay. That's you're rushing that story. I'm going to have to slow that. Let's start with so when you guys date and get married, that's your high school sweetheart?
Well, I was in high school. He was in college at the time.
Okay.
I was 17. He was 18.
Okay.
And so we were together for 10 years.
Okay.
And we had 3 children.
3 children.
And they are now 10, 11, and 12.
Okay.
When 2022 came, which is the year that I graduated undergrad, unfortunately, my marriage did not survive me going to school. In 2021, I made a decision in the middle of my junior semester that I was going to leave him. And I did. And then I went on to graduate.
Wow.
And then I was there for a little while as a parole officer. And then I came to Houston.
Oh, wow. And hopefully things have worked out and you guys are still, especially for the sake of the children.
Yes, yes.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So now you're definitely sure that, hey, this is my path, this is my calling, this is my goal.
This is it.
Yeah. So law school and
Texas rep. Texas rep.
That's not an easy task now.
You know what? Nothing has ever been easy for me.
There you go.
Nothing. When I went through undergrad, you know, I had at the time my ex-husband's full support. I was working at Blue Cross Blue Shield as a customer advocate specialist, and he is still at his current job in the oil field, and God blessed us abundantly. And we seen God's blessings, you know, inside of our marriage, especially with our finances. Well, sometimes you grow up and you grow apart.
Yeah.
And when I left him, not only was I leaving my home, because I'm the one who left the home,
Right.
I had to find a new home, and I still had all this going on with school. So I had to now not only go to school and maintain a 4.0 GPA, taking 18-hour credits, but I was Chief Justice of SGA. I was the Vice President of Student Ambassadors.
Wow.
I worked 40, 45 hours a week, and I had, at the time, 4 small children that I was raising.
Yeah.
If I can do that while going through a divorce, I can do anything.
Yeah. So you were busy, but good support system also.
Yes, let me tell you, my sister is the real MVP.
There you go.
My other little sister, her name is Mackenzie. She was the real MVP because, you know, I used to tell people would look up to me because, of course, I was not a traditional student.
Yeah.
And I was a little older than, you know, some of the females on campus.
Right.
But they would look up to me, and I would tell them, you know, if you see me at this event giving a speech as Chief Justice, you know, my sister's at home probably bathing my kids and feeding them. Or if you see me excelling, you know, academically, I'm probably missing a football game that my son is at because I'm at home having to write papers. So there was an area somewhere that was lacking,
Indeed.
but I tried to balance it all out because it had to get done.
Right. And where do you fall, like, between your siblings?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
I'm the oldest. Well. The leader. The leader.
Calling shots.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah, indeed. So, politics. Yeah. Based on your personality and just on the conversation that we have, and I can tell that you're definitely passionate about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, you mentioned seeing certain things that you believe that you could change.
Yes.
Seeing yourself as an agent of change are things that kind of brought you to. As a little child, did you at any point think that you would at some point run for a political seat or for a political position?
Only district attorney.
That's it.
When I tell you this really has to be God, Mr. Gill, I always knew as I got older, I got into politics. You know, I keep up with what's going on in the political sphere. But outside of being a district attorney, I never seen myself running for a seat in the political realm because it was just, I always felt like I would never have a seat because I never felt politicians, traditional politicians, were genuine.
Right.
And I'm not a politician.
There you go.
Even as I sit before you today, running for Texas House of Representative for District 139, I am not a politician.
Okay.
I am a public servant. I am someone who has come from nothing, trying to make something for herself and for her family. I am trying to give that little girl who is at home with her grandmother watching soap operas on TV hope that I have a voice. I'm trying to give women hope to know, hey, you know, Dominique has children and, you know, she's still wanting to go to school and she's doing this and she's doing that. I too can do this. Just women of the Black and brown communities, I want them to know you have a voice, you matter, and you need to be heard.
There you go. Yeah. So, why should your constituency vote for you?
Because I am a fighter. When I tell you that I am the people's fighter for change, all my life I have had to fight. And I know that sounds so cliche because that's all of our stories.
Right.
But a lot of people who have to fight that fight sometimes takes them out.
Right.
And they don't get back up.
Yeah.
But for Dominique Payton, that was never an option, to just continue to stay laying down.
Right.
And if we want change, and I'm not talking about change that these politicians tell you, they make these campaign promises and they tell you what they're going to do, but then when they take that seat, nothing gets done. Right. You go down to the Capitol and you may sit in this seat and you may vote on a few bills, or you may do this here, do that there, but what are you really doing for your community? What bacon did you bring back home to your community? And for Dominique Payton, that is what she plans to do. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, because I know that I have other people that I am going to have to work with to bring about change. But I can bring innovation, I can bring a fresh start, I can bring a new mindset to work together to say, hey, this is what my district needs. Maybe we can implement this to help the entire state of Texas. I am genuinely trying to serve District 139, and I will not get in this seat without them.
Okay.
So it is important for them to know that I am not just here to try to play politics. I'm not just trying to get in a seat just to say I'm in a seat. I'm really trying to bring about change to this district.
Now, some of the items on your agenda.
One of the first things that I want to do, because I do come from the criminal justice system, and it's no secret that I am very passionate about it. Right. When it comes to our felons, when it comes to people who have been incarcerated, I want to try to get all of their rights restored. Okay. I think just talking to a lot of felons, they feel like, because I committed this crime, because I did this time in prison, nobody will hear me. Right. Nobody listens to me. Okay. So I want to try to bring a re-entry facility to this district that can help the people, who are coming home, to help build them up, because you don't have to go through the revolving door of recidivism, because unfortunately that's how the system is set up. Okay.
So basically there would be a second chance.
Exactly. I really believe in second chances. I was a parole officer for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Some of the best people I have met in this lifetime are felons.
Oh, wow.
I'm talking hardworking, will give you the shirt off their back, will give you the last piece of chicken on their plate. But they are they're overlooked. They're not heard. No one wants to hear them just because it's a stigma that's created. I want to bring a second chance program that really helps reintegrate them into society so they can be a part of the working class. Why is it so hard for felons to get a job? Why is it hard for them to get basic things like housing? You put them in a system because of something that they've done in their past, and you're making them pay twice. You're indebting them twice. You make them go to prison, and you say, well, now that you're in prison, now we're going to release you back, and we're just going to take you down on a bus, give you a bus ticket, and tell you to go about your day. How, when these people have been institutionalized? Right. What resources do you have in place to help these people? What are you really doing so they don't go back to the streets? Because that's exactly what they're going to do if they don't have a plan. And that's why recidivism is so high. We know for facts that the Texas Department of Criminal Justice houses 135,000 people. And we know for facts that 45,000 people get out of prison each year, and we know for facts that 37% of that 45,000 that were released will be back in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice within 3 years of their release. At what point do we say we're not going to keep doing that? Okay.
Now, so from a proactive perspective, what programs does your campaign, or do you see that could be created probably to prevent even them from going into prison initially, right? Or from becoming felons.
We need workforce. That is a big thing in my campaign. It's called From Welfare to Workforce. Okay. These underserved communities, like the one that I'm running for, the district that I'm running for right now, when you go out into these communities, you see crime everywhere.
Okay.
If we had something in place where we could, let me tell you something. I know from personally, firsthand, it is hard to get a job in Houston.
Okay.
It is a very, very competitive market. We need workforce. We need education resources. We need mental health resources. These are all imperative in order for someone to be successful in this great state of Texas.
Okay.
This is what we need. We need the Texas workforce involved. We need the Texas Department of Criminal Justice involved. We need Health and Human Services involved so we can put together a concrete plan that is going to, you're going to see longevity in it. We're going to see recidivism go down. We're going to see crime go down in our communities. Look at the children. Why do you think so much money is invested into juvenile programs right now? To stop it before it happens.
Right.
This is a real issue that we face in Texas.
Okay. So what needs to be reformed in order to improve the rate of success of that program?
We need, first, lawmakers. We need people in Austin who can sit at the round table and have a conversation just like you and I are having. And one or two things is going to happen.
Okay.
They are going to realize that either one, what has been implemented right now, the laws that are implemented right now are just to keep recidivism going at a high rate.
Okay.
And you're going to have to accept the fact that we have failed our people as a state. Or you're going to realize, okay, maybe Dominique's not crazy.
Okay.
Maybe there really does need to be real change. And the way we're going to see that reform is, one, because this is a topic not everybody is going to see eye to eye on.
Okay.
Because you have that old way of thinking. That's why I said young people have to get out and they have to run for these offices. They have to get out and they have to vote and they have to want to be heard, because the reform is going to start when lawmakers realize this is not working. What we have been implementing thus far in the great state of Texas is not working.
Okay.
We have to change these laws.
There you go. And this is your first campaign, correct?
This is.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. Having a ball?
Actually, true story. I've loved getting out and networking with the great people in Houston.
Okay.
I have met some really, really great people out here, just trying to make those connections, you know, getting out there, letting the people know who I am, what I stand for. So, but I have a long road ahead of me.
Indeed.
My primary is not even until May.
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, the general election is in November.
Right.
But I have to start now.
Yeah. Legwork.
Exactly.
Yeah. You gotta condition yourself for that big day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed. Anything that you would like to touch on that we may have not done so?
There are a few things that I'm wanting to do with District 139, but like I said, I can want to do all these things all day long, but as a Texas representative, your job is to serve your community.
Right.
So for the constituents of 139, it is important, and I plan on starting this week. I finally got all the legal jargon underway. I need to get out into these communities first and foremost, and I need to talk to them about what is it that they are really needing, because for me personally, I see there are no help for felons in this area. Okay. There are reentry centers, but funding plays a big part. And I know that as a Texas representative, that's something that I'm going to have to fight for, is I'm going to have to fight for that funding, you know, for my district. But we need reentry second chances. We need stuff for these children to do. You wonder why these children get into so much trouble. They have nothing to do. There's not the first bowling alley, the first movie theater. There's not the first nothing. There's a water park right across the street from my house.
Okay.
Where children are supposed to go and play. But instead, we have a bunch of old men drinking and using drugs in an area where children are supposed to be able to play and thrive.
Okay.
We need things for the children. In my district, Insurance is a big issue. Mental health is a big issue. But these are only a few of the multitude of problems that we're going to have to take. If I were to get into this seat literally day one in the Capitol, I have to hit the ground running.
Gotcha.
I am new, but I didn't come to play.
Okay. So what would be day one action?
Day one, we are writing out all of our proposals, and we're getting with these attorneys to try to get this legal jargon underway, including some of the budget writers that, and I've already started this. I've already started this process. Okay. So by the time I hit Capitol day one, point me in the direction of whose face I need to get in to show these proposals so we can get them on the floor. So if there needs to be adjustments or if something needs to be critiqued about it, we can get that done because we're not here to play. Okay. This is real people, real lives that need real help and real change.
Now, between now and the beginning, of course, and the election day, of course, there's still plenty of time to do maybe certain things, even regarding the water park, right, where the children don't play. Do you personally plan on doing something? And that doesn't necessarily need to be anything related to your campaign. It just has something to do with making your community safe and safer for the children, being that you are a mother also.
Actually, it is. This past week, I have been trying to implement or come up with different things that I can implement into our community right now, long before primary, which is in May of 26, long before primary even comes, like getting with the schools, getting with the principals. Aldine is big in my district. I need to get with them to see what it is that we really need for our children. I want to put together events, you know, for children to be able to come out and just have something to do in the community because they don't have anything to do. And that is a big issue. I want to go door to door, my campaign, just so I can get out in the community, you know, talk to my constituents, let them know who I am, ask them what it is that you're needing.
There you go.
And I want to try to host my town hall so the community can come out and just tell me what it is that you need. So when I am elected as your representative, I have something concrete and solid that I can take to Austin to bring back change.
There you go. And it's about implementing change, and change is necessary. You can improve something if you don't change what is wrong with it.
Correct. Right? That is so correct.
Yeah. Now, anything, any shout outs that you would like to give to anyone, or anything else that you would like to talk about that we may have not touched on?
I definitely want to give a shout out to my mom and my sister. They are like the backbone of what
you can mention names, you know.
My mom's name is Susan Williams Payton, and my sister's name is Diamond Williams. Big shouts out to them because, you know, my kids, my daughter Adeline, she's 12. She came to me the other day and she said, "So, Mom, if you get elected, you have to go to Austin." And I said, "I do." And she said, "What am I supposed to do without you?" But, you know, if it wasn't for, because their dad now lives in North Dakota. And so, you know, he gets the kids over the summer and on breaks and stuff. But it's not like, you know, when he was in Texas and, you know, they could just go there. So my mom and my sister help out a lot just for me to get out here to help my community, you know, and I'm so, so grateful for them. I'm so grateful.
It's a family affair.
It really is.
Right. You're doing it not just for your family, but for your neighborhood, for your community, for your city, right? For your state and for the country.
We are here. Like, remember this face, remember this name.
There you go. There you go.
Dominique Payton is going far.
There you go.
Yes.
So is that your slogan?
You know what? It should be, huh? I tell people that. I do. When I talk to people, I'll just be out in the library and I'm like, remember this name, remember this face. Go to my Facebook page, Dominique M Payton for Texas House District 139. Go like me, follow me. I engage with my community on social media. You know, I love it.
There you go.
I do.
Yeah. Do you have a campaign slogan yet, though?
I don't.
Not yet.
I don't.
Okay. So, because I mean, it's early. It's a little bit early, but you're still working.
The only thing I tell people is I'm just the people's fighter for change.
Got you. Because primary is in May.
It is.
Right. And then the actual election will be November, right?
It is.
Yeah. So
I know it
you
seems
approximately
far out.
You're looking at approximately a year, right? A year to primary, you know, a little bit less than a year, 10 months to primary, and then
general election will be here. It will be here.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you coming through.
Thank you so much for having me.
Indeed.
Mr.
Yeah,
Gill.
it's been a great pleasure.
It has
right,
been a
and
pleasure.
best wishes on this campaign.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll definitely won't forget the face.
No, you will not forget this face
No,
or
I
this
will
name.
not. Yeah, and feel at home, because at any point in time, if there's anything that we can do for you, don't hesitate to stop by, and we'll be here to support you in what's necessary.
I appreciate
you.
you.
All right. And for those of you that took time out of your busy schedules, thank you for doing so. Thank you for listening. And remember one thing: you can't change something if you don't apply yourself to that change. And that's what this young lady is doing. She's applying herself to change something. Whether she succeeds or does not succeed, it doesn't just depend on her. It also depends on you who is sitting out there. So if you believe on what she's explaining now, you know exactly what you need to do. Support. So until next time, thank you for watching.